items. What is that? It relates to expenses and income. Expenses, losses, income, and gains. So when you talk about that expenses and income, that is trading account, that is nominal account item we have to consider. It is prepared to ascertain the results of the business from the business activities. What are the activities? That buying and selling goods and services, or making and selling of goods and services. So when you consider that income and expenses, which type of income, which type of expenses we have to consider? Normally, that is direct income and direct expenses we have to consider while preparing trading account. So when you consider direct expenses and indirect expenses, what we say? What is the direct expenses? What is direct income? So normally, direct expenses are those expenses which are directly related to the product or production unit. Okay, directly related to the product or production unit, and that expenses incurred for manufacturing the goods and for bringing them to trading place. So next question arises: what we know when we prepare trading account? We have to consider direct expenses and direct income. Direct income, and what is the result? What is the output? Because we always that focus on that output, that is a profit or loss, profit on or loss incurred at the end of the financial year. So here when you prepare that gross trading account, result is either gross profit or gross loss. So we know account, that means T format. There are two sides, left hand side and right hand side. Left hand side is debit side, right hand side is credit side. So we know that nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So in debit side, we have to write down all direct expenses. Similarly, in credit side, we have to write down that is direct income. So what is the output? If the sales exceeds the sum of goods purchased and direct expenses, the amount will be gross profit. Seen in reverse, when sales less, that is with the sum of goods purchased with direct expenses, the amount we may say that is gross loss. Remember, this trading account is prepared at the end of the accounting year. End of the accounting year. And it can be prepared in two forms. That is, one is horizontal form, other one is vertical form. Horizontal form and other one is vertical form. So this one is the horizontal form of trading account. This is the format. So what format says that to opening stock? What is that opening stock? That is stock available at the beginning of the period. Stock available at the beginning of the period. Similarly, what is that purchase? Our duty is to find out net purchase. So we have to deduct purchase return from purchase, and we have to write down the net purchase. Similarly, all the direct expenses like wages, carriage, and purchase, we have to write in left hand side or debit side of trading account. Similarly, in credit side, we have to write down buy sales, and we have to deduct if any sales return. Sales return, that is return inward. Return inward. So then we have to write down the closing stock. My dear student, here you have to remember a very important point. As far as principal is concerned, closing stock always shown outside the trial balance, below the trial balance. Okay, below the trial balance. Closing stock purely is an adjustment entry. So remember, closing stock is valued at cost or market value, whichever is lower or less. Clear? So these are the items we have to consider, and we have to find out that gross profit or gross loss made during a particular period and particular accounting year, that is 31st March. That is 31st March. So this is the horizontal form of trading account. horizontal form of trading account. So, what is opening stock? Stock available at the beginning of the accounting year. What do you mean by purchase? Our duty is to find out that net purchase. For that reason, we have to deduct purchase less purchase return, and we have to find out net purchase. Otherwise, that purchase return is the item of other side. Similarly, sales return is the item of other side. Our objective is to find out net sales, net purchase made during the year. We have to deduct, we have to less. Then we have to write down other expenses, that is direct expenses, and we have to write down about the closing stock. How much stock available at the end of the year, Then second one is by principle, how to evaluate, how to calculate that closing stock. Closing stock is valued at cost or market value, whichever is less. So this is all about that horizontal form of trading account. Then coming to that next one, vertical form of trading account. Vertical form of trading account. So that is sales. We know that is we have to deduct sales return. We have to find out net sales. Then less cost of goods sold. That is opening stock, net purchase. And when we find out net purchase, that we have to deduct purchase minus purchase return. Then carriage inward. Then wages. Then we find out cost of goods available for sale. That is goods. Please correct that, goods available for sale. Then we have to deduct closing stock, and we have to find out gross profit or gross loss. This is all about vertical form of trading account. So what we find out from trading account? That is gross profit or trade profit, because only trade activities are there. Only purchase the goods and sell it. Okay, these are the two activities of each and every trading house. Every trading house only duty is to purchase and sell it. And by you have to incur that some direct expenses and indirect expenses. Somehow we have to go through, that is indirect income also. So so we have to go through one problem, and we have to prepare that trading account in horizontal form first. Okay, horizontal form. So what is that horizontal form? That this is the format. This is the question. From the following information, prepare trading account of Hori Traders for the year ended 31st March 2024. So any question up to this? Then we will proceed.
Sir, how to identify the closing stock?
How to identify the closing stock? Very good. So remember, closing stock, that is purely an adjustment entry. That is always, by principle, that is always shown outside the trial balance. Outside the trial balance. If inside, we have to discuss in adjustment entry, at the time of adjustment entry. Always you just know that always outside the trial in additional information, because that is purely an adjustment entry. Okay, closing stock. And how to value that closing stock? So that we know, that is opening stock plus then sales. Then we have to find out closing stock, how much left at the end of the accounting year. Okay, if during the year that purchase made, then how that what about the stock sold during the year? Then we have to find out closing stock available at the end of the year, that is 31st March. So by principle, accounting principle, closing stock is valued at cost or market value, whichever is less. Whichever is less. Clear? Then next, any question? Okay.
Sir, purchase return should be in credit side, na? Less.
Yes, but our duty is to find out net purchase. For that reason, we have to deduct. Okay, that we have to deduct. We have to know purchase that includes cash purchase and credit purchase. Okay, purchase include that cash purchase and credit purchase. Similarly, sales include cash sales and credit sales. Okay, credit sales. And we know credit sales we have to maintain, that is sales day book, and credit purchase we have to maintain purchase day book. Clear? And when you talk about yes, purchase return, that is we have to maintain return day book. Similarly, sales return we have to maintain sales return day book. Clear? So all the transaction we have to transfer to ledger, then ledger to trial balance, from trial balance to trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. So only for that reason we have to deduct purchase return or an that is sales return. So coming to this question is very simple question, that prepare trading account of Hari Traders for the year ended 31st March 2024. Opening stock, that is rupees 20,000. Purchase made during the year 60,000. Sales 90,000, rupees 90,000. Wages rupees 5,000. Carriage inward 500. Return inward 1,000. Return outward rupees 1,000. Closing stock 21,000. Power rupees 500. So prepare the trading account. Prepare the trading account of Hari Traders for the year ended 31st March 2024. So format, that is particulars amount, particulars amount, and amount. Okay. This first amount,
Sir,
that is
carriage inward means what? Carriage inward.
once again.
To carriage
inward.
inwards.
Exactly. So that is we may say that is transportation of goods. Okay. Transport ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ purchase କରୁଛେ ତାକୁ ଆଣୁଛେ ନା, ତ ସେଥିଲାଗି ଆମେ କହୁଛେ carriage inward, ଯେହେତୁ ଆଣିଲେ business କୁ, that is inward. Okay. So opening stock, that we have to consider two opening stock 20,000. Similarly, to purchase 60,000, we have to deduct 1,000, that is return outward 1,000. We have to find out that is 59,000. To carriage inward, to wages, to power. Then coming to credit side, buy sales 90,000, less return inward 1,000, that is 89,000. Closing stock, buy closing stock, that is 21,000. So next step is we have to find out gross profit or gross loss incurred, trade profit or trade loss incurred, because your duty is to go for purchase and sell the product. So what to find out, that when we go through that make total, credit side is more. Credit side of trading account is more, that is 89,000 plus 21,000. I think 1,10,000. But debit side, that is less. So 20,000 plus 59,000 plus 500 plus 5,000 plus 500. So that is less by 25,000. So that is gross profit to gross profit. And we all of us know that is transferred to profit and loss account. That is transferred to profit and loss account. Then we prepare profit and loss account. We have to consider direct expenses and direct income, already considered here. Then other one is indirect expenses and indirect income. We have to consider by considering gross profit or gross loss from trading account, and we find out net profit or net loss, because two elements, that is expenses and income, that we have to consider while preparing profit and loss account, and we have to find out profit or loss incurred during a particular period. Clear?
Sir.
So first item is opening stock, then second one is your purchase, then you go for 1 minute. Shivanand Padisarji, what a minute. Carriage inward, wages and power, all the expenses. Then we go for write down the sales in credit side, then closing stock. Okay, any question?
Sir, gross profit 25,000 केमती आसला?
आपनकर क्रेडिट साइड रो टोटल होची 1,10,000. ऑल द आइटम्स एंट्री करि सरला परे हमरो टोटल क्रेडिट साइड आसला 1,10,000. सो जते डेबिट साइड टोटल करूचे हमें देखुचे कोन कोन आइटम नबा, एक्सेप्ट 25,000 हमरो एतिक आइटम हम नबा केते ना 20,000 59,000, 500, 5,000 and 500. Clear? So that is less than 25,000. Total is 6,000, 79, 80, 85,000. Clear? 85,000. So that is less by 25,000. That is gross profit. Okay? Gross
Okay,
profit.
sir.
We know
Mhm.
how
Return
to
Sir,
outward.
it's
derive the
like
gross profit.
balancing figure.
Yes,
Yeah.
balancing, but that is gross profit. Okay? To
Expenses
gross
and
profit brought
expense.
down 25,000. So here question may arise that how to find out that gross profit, how to find out that gross loss. Remember, all the items we have to consider, and we have to find out that is whether direct expenses or direct income. We have to include and we have to prepare. This is the format. Okay, opening stock. First we have to consider opening stock. Then कौन हम किनीले purchase, net purchase. Then कौन हम expenses कले, all are direct expenses. Then केते sell कले, केते closing stock रहिले. That's all.
Okay.
Then ମୋ ପାଖରେ ଆଜି 5,000 ଟଙ୍କା ଥିଲା, ତ ମୁଁ ଆଉ 1,000 ଟଙ୍କା ନେଇକି ବାହାରକୁ ଗଲି, ତ ଦିନ ସାରା ମୁଁ 2,000 ଖର୍ଚ୍ଚ କଲି। ଓକେ, ତ ମୋ ପାଖରେ କେତେ ରହିଲା?
4,000.
4,000 ରହିଲା। ସେମିତି ଆମ ପାଖରେ କେତେ ଷ୍ଟକ୍ ରହିଲା, କ୍ଲୋଜିଂ ଷ୍ଟକ୍ at the end of the year. Okay, this is the format. Then question arises, how to find out that net profit or gross profit or gross loss. Remember, when credit side of trading account is more than debit side of trading account,
So return outward, return inward, return.
that is return inward. ଆପଣ ସେଲ୍ କରିଥିଲେ ପାର୍ଟି, ପାର୍ଟି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଫେରେଇ ଦେଲା ଜିନିଷ, that is inward. Okay, that is sales return or return inward. Clear? Then return outward. ଆପଣ ବାହାରୁ କିଣିଥିଲେ purchase, ମୁଁ କମ୍ପ୍ୟୁଟର ବିଜନେସ କରୁଛି, କମ୍ପ୍ୟୁଟର କିଣି ଯାଇଥିଲି, କିଛି ଡିଫେକ୍ଟ ଅଛି, ଏନି ହାଉ ମୁଁ ତାକୁ ଫେରେଇ ଦେଲି, that is return outward. Because we have to find out net purchase, because purchase includes cash purchase and credit purchase. So we have to deduct, that is return outward or purchase return, because we have to find out net purchase made. Similarly, in case of sales. Okay, then how to find out? Remember, when credit side of trading account is more than debit side of trading account, that is gross profit incurred. Trading account, that is credit side is income side. Then debit side, that is expenses side. So income is more than expenses, that is profit. Never we say gross profit. Income is more than expenses, that is profit. And income is less than expenses, that is loss. So here, while we prepare trading account, we know that is when credit side of trading account is more than debit side of trading account, that is gross profit. Then when credit side of trading account is less than debit side of trading account, that is gross loss. So we know we have to transfer to other side, that is we have to write down by gross profit, and that we have to transfer to profit and loss account. We have to transfer to profit and loss account. So remember, here direct expenses and direct income recording or entry completed, and we find out gross profit or gross loss. Then our duty is to prepare net profit or net loss. Net profit or net loss.
Sir,
Clear how to find out gross profit? Any question? Yes, Pushpanjali madam.
sir, 89,000 ତ ଏଠି ଆମର less return inward କରିକି 89 ହେଲା।
ଆଉ ଥରେ କୁହନ୍ତୁ,
ଏଠି 21,000 ଟା କୋଉଠୁ ଆସିଲା?
କୋଉ
sir,
21,000?
sales କୁ return inward କରିକି ଆମେ 90 minus 1,000 ହେଲା 89,000.
That is 89,000. 89,000 ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି ବୋଧେ?
Closing stock.
ହଁ।
Closing stock question ରେ ଦେଇଛି।
Closing stock. Yes, closing stock question ଦେଇଛି madam 21,000.
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା ଠିକ ଅଛି ଆଜ୍ଞା।
Sir,
Yes.
क्लोजिंग स्टॉक सबुबेले माने क्रेडिट साइड रे रहइबो ना डेबिट साइड रे?
क्लोजिंग स्टॉक सब बेले डेबिट सॉरी क्रेडिट
अच्छा ओके सर।
डेबिट साइड केबे रहिबनी सेटा होची एडजस्टमेंट एंट्री
ओपनिंग स्टॉक
ऑलवेज
रहइबो
दैट
डेबिट साइड आई थिंक।
हां हां हां
या ओके।
आपण जो क्वेश्चन पचारले मु जो कहूची जे ट्रायल बैलेंस भितर बेले बेले क्लोजिंग स्टॉक आसे हैला
यस सर।
ट्रायल बैलेंस भितर क्वेश्चन आपण को एग्जामिनर कंफ्यूज करे पई सेटा भितर आसे सेते बेले कोन हमें एडजस्टमेंट करबा हमें एडजस्टमेंट एंट्री मु कहला बेले आपण कहबी वर्तमान नॉर्मल सेंस रे as a parallels you just know that this is the format okay never we ignore this is the format okay this one is the
ओके।
format opening stock plus purchase that you have to find out the cost of goods that is cost of how much cost of that is goods available for sale okay so this is the format and we draw this just to recall remember that accounting cycle what accounting cycle says it starts from identification of transaction and ends with preparation of financial statement or final accounts by passing adjustment entry, by passing closing entry and reverse entry. Remember, my dear friends, right now we have to pass that is closing entries because books of account closed for the year ended 31st March 24. We have to close the books. We have to pass the necessary journal entries. What is that closing entries? Journal entries. What is that reverse entries? Journal entries you have to pass. And adjustment entry we have to pass. This one is the simple trading account. No adjustment. Okay. So here someone may ask why adjustment? What is the necessity of the adjustment? Just 1 minute I'll take. Suppose
net profit net loss
that is let's take that is rent 12,000 okay rent 12,000 and another point is there outstanding rent 5,000 so if I will ask how much the current year rent what is your answer
12,000.
once again I'll repeat suppose I'll say rent is 12,000 rent paid rupees 12,000 during the particular year and outstanding rent that is let's take 4,000 so my question is how much rent for the
16,000.
financial year very good
16,000.
16,000 very good 16 very good very good out of 16,000 12,000 already paid and 4,000 we have to pay okay that is outstanding current year expenses but not paid during the year for that reason we have to adjust that never we ignore so that we have to discuss in adjustment entry but this one is the simple journal simple financial statement and we have to pass the that is closing entries because books of account closed on 31st March so format is same journal format but we have to write down journal closing entries in bracket so this one is the trading account yes or no
Yes, sir.
left hand side is debit side right hand side is credit side this one is purely an account not at all statement so first journal entry for opening stock trading account debited rupees 20,000 to opening stock 20,000 that is the first journal entry in the format of journal we have to write down only in when you write down the journal in bracket we have to write down that is closing entries okay
So screen share
so
करो।
हाँ से स्क्रीन टा नहीं खाली जस्ट कहूची हैला आपण जर्नल फॉर्मेट रे लिखि परिबे ओके सो ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट डेबिटेड रुपीस 20,000 टू ओपनिंग स्टॉक 20,000 नरेशन कोन के कहि परिबो व्हाट इज द नरेशन ऑफ फर्स्ट जर्नल एंट्री explanation or narration being stock available at the beginning of the year clear being stock available at the beginning of the year. Clear? Then second journal entry for purchase. That is for gross purchase, not for net purchase. Okay? For gross purchase. So what is the journal entry? Trading account debited rupees 60,000 to purchase account. Trading account debited 60,000 to purchase account 60,000. Being gross purchase made during the year. So never we go for journal for that is net purchase or net sales. We have to first pass the journal entry for purchase, that is gross purchase. Then we go for net purchase. Similarly, gross sales, then net sales. So second journal entry, that is closing entry, is trading account debited rupees 60,000 to purchase 60,000, being gross purchase made during the year. Then third journal entry, return outward account debited rupees 1,000 to trading account rupees 1,000. Return outward account debited 1,000 to trading account 1,000, being return to the party, goods return to the party. First one is for opening stock. Second one is for purchase, that is gross purchase. To wages 5,000. To
ସାର୍ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଭଏସ
power
କଟ୍ ହଉଛି। ହ୍ୟାଲୋ।
ସାର୍ ଭଏସ୍ କଟ୍ ହଉଛି।
Hello. Lakshmi Priya Das. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, voice cut হচ্ছে আপনার
ଏବେ ଶୁଭିଲା?
हाँ सर सुबह
ଆଜ୍ଞା sir ଶୁଭିଲା
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So first one is for opening stock. Second one is for gross purchase. Third journal entry for return, purchase return. Then fourth one is that is trading account debited rupees 6,000, to garage inward 500, to wellness 5,000, to power 500. Being direct expenses during a particular year, during a financial year, during a year. Clear? So debit side, all the closing entries already met. Then coming to credit side, I think that is fifth journal entry, fifth closing entries. So sales account debited to trading account. Sales account debited to trading account. Sales account 90,000, debited 90,000 to trading account 90,000. Being gross sales made during a year. Then return inward, trading account debited to trading account rupees 1,000 to return inward account 1,000. Being sales return made during a particular year. Then last journal, last closing and closing stock rupees 21,000 to trading account rupees 21,000. Closing stock account debited 21,000 to trade account 21,000. Being stock available at the end of the year. So these are the closing entries we have to pass. Okay, we have to pass. If question specifically asks, prepare trading account and pass the necessary entries. Clear? If question specifically asks, then you go for these closing entries. Prepare trading account and pass the necessary entries. If question is silent, don't go for pass the closing entries. Clear? Only your duty is to prepare trading account. Okay, profit and loss account and balance sheet. So last one is gross profit. Remember, there is no gross profit account, gross loss account. That is transferred to loss account. So what is the journal entry for gross profit? Trading account debited to profit and loss account. Okay, trading account debit to profit and loss account debited 25,000 to profit and loss account 25,000. Being gross profit during a particular year. Similarly, for gross loss, if এটি তো গ্রস লস হয়নি তো আমার দরকার নাই, but you have to remember that when gross loss, that is profit and loss account debited to trading account, in bracket we have to write down that is being gross loss incurred. So we have to make total, that is all about trading account. Clear? Ask, prepare trading account, profit and loss account, and pass necessary entries. Then you go for necessary entries. If not, then don't go for pass the necessary entries only by wasting time. Question specifically asked, then you go for that. Clear? Any question in how to pass the closing entry, because that is one part. Because accounting cycle not only ends with preparation of financial statement. That accounting cycle said that is it starts from identification of transaction and ends with preparation of financial statement by passing closing entries, adjustment entries, and reverse entries. Because each and every business unit going concern is going concern. Okay, going concern. So that we have to transfer. What we have to transfer in next accounting? Only asset, liabilities, and capital. So never we transfer that income and expenses, that is revenue expenses. current year expenses, and we have to already find out that gross profit or gross loss, and if gross profit that is also added with capital, if gross loss that is deduct from the capital. So what we have to consider, consider for next accounting year? Only asset, liability, and capital, only balance sheet items. Okay, that is revenue expenses. Okay, so these three entries is very important. My point is these three entries is very important. To close the books, if any adjustment, record it in the books of account while preparing financial statement, and at last you have to pass the necessary that reverse entries for next accounting year. Clear? So it is all about trading account. Any question?
Sir, return inwards टा माने कौन?
Return inward, return outward. That is return inward. हमें सेल करते, कहाँ को सेल करते? इंडिविजुअल को सेल करते, पार्टी को सेल करते, कौन सी कंपनी, कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को सेल करते, से हमको फेरे देला. जेतेले फेरे देला, काहे की फेरे देला? भलो जिंसटा को से फेरेबो की? से फेरेला कोन किसी डिफेक्ट अछि, नॉर्मली हमें ताको जदि कंसीडर करे किसी डिफेक्ट थिबो, डैमेज हे जाइथिबो, सो फेरे दोछि. So that is we have to consider return inward.
सेटा कोन अमाउंट रे जीवो ना सेटा डेप्रिसिएशन रे जीवो ना केमती कोन जीवो?
No, that is not depreciation. That is not depreciation. Depreciation is charged on fixed assets. Depreciation is charged on fixed asset.
सर जो फेरे देला सेटा रिटर्न ऊपर मते स्टिल टिके आउ टिके लाइट्स डली कारण दी प्रकार
कौन पचारे छत?
आमी जदी सर्विस रिटर्न होची सर्विस रिटर्न रे दी प्रकार यदि प्रोडक्ट रिटर्न होची कोन हबो यदि सर्विस रिटर्न होची कोन हबो कारण सर्विस यदि रिटर्न होची सेटा तो हम अकाउंट रो माइनस हबो ना
सर्विस रिटर्न होत माने
सर्विस माने कर आमी गोटे सर्विस बेस्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आमी गोटे सर्विस बिकुचु गोटे पर्टिकुलर 30 days कैशबैक माने हां कैशबैक पीरियड रे माने पॉलिसी बैक पीरियड रे 30 days
पॉलिसी कथा कहउछन.
माने पॉलिसी माने गोटे सर्विसेस आपण जेमति एबे ऑनलाइन गोटे सॉफ्टवेयर किनुछंती आपण को ऑनलाइन सॉफ्टवेयर आपण पसंद आसिलानी 30 days भीतर मनी बैक आसियो आपण को रिटर्न कर दे आपण सब्सक्रिप्शन कैंसिल होई तरन तो अमेज़न प्राइम मेंबरशिप
ओके
एटा यदि सेल्स हला तो हमें सेल्स अकाउंट रे पकेबा यदि माइनस हला एटा हम स्टॉक अकाउंट रे केन पकेबा रिटर्न आसिला.
ओके ओके.
द्वितीय क्वेश्चन हला जे प्रोडक्ट केस रे तनन तो गोटे नॉर्मल बिस्किट कंपनी बिकुजी बिस्किट ता बिस्किट खराब आछि कि एक्सपायरी हे कि रिटर्न आसिला सेगुडा तो
कंपनी बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट मेंटेन करछि ना.
अच्छा
कंपनी बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट मेंटेन करूछि, जहा को सप्लाई करछि समस्त बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट मेंटेन करछन. सपोज एक्स सेलर वाई परचेज करछि. ओके, तो एक्स बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट मेंटेन करछि, वाई भी बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट मेंटेन करछि. सपोज एक्स सोल्ड बिस्कुट हो जहा भी हो ट्रेडिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कथा हम कहउछे फर्स्ट, देन वी गो फॉर सर्विस. ओके, सो service segment is okay. You also talking about okay. So first what we have to do, so जेतबे सेल्स करूची y फेरे दउची जिंस, that is return inward. तो but in case of y कोन होची ना से परचेज करूची माने नहीं तो जब परचेज करूची से कौन करूची रिटर्न भी करूची पार्टी की फेरे दउची तो ता बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट दैट इज आउटवर्ड
तार आउटवर्ड अछि ठीक अछि किंतु हमर सेठी ଆମେ ଯଦି
ଆପଣ
ପକେଇବା
ଦିଟା ପାର୍ଟି ସବୁବେଳେ ଦିଟା ପାର୍ଟି ବିଷୟରେ କାମ ଚାଲିଲା वन इज परचेज କରୁଛି ଆଉ ଜଣେ ସେଲ୍ କରୁଛି तो परचेज जे करूची से भी बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट मेंटेन करूची जे सेल करूची से भी बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट मेंटेन करूची सपोज देयर आर टू पार्टी एक्स एंड वाई ओके तो सेल्स मेड टू वाई तो वाई कौन कहबो परचेज मेड फ्रॉम एक्स that is okay then coming to return okay return so आमे एतर सेल्स करूचे पार्टी फेरे दउछ आमे सेल कले काकू वाई की वाई फेरे देला तो हमर एटा रिटर्न इनवर्ड हैला सेल्स रिटर्न सिमिलरली ता बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट रे से कोन कला रिटर्न आउटवर्ड
अच्छा सेटा ताले सेल्स रु माइनस होबा कथा ना ना
सेल्स रु माइनस हो सुनंतु रिटर्न परचेज रिटर्न एंड सेल्स रिटर्न परचेज रिटर्न and sales return that is the item of debit side debit balance okay debit side then return purchase return that is credit side what is our objective is to find out net purchase made net sales made during the year okay during the year so we have to follow the procedure so for
Okay.
that reason we have to deduct that whether that is question दउची return outward purchase करते फेरे देले पार्टी
सर एई
Inward-
भलिया रिटर्न ने केतेटा अकाउंट चेंज होबो माने करो माने
अकाउंट चेंज हो मतलब
माने केतेटा लेजर रे अपडेट होबो डाटा केतेबेले एई भलिया रिटर्न
exactly how many ledger we have to maintain in this one is purchase okay purchase then return carriage wages power sales then inward complete
ओके
okay this one is the trading account our objective some organizations are only concerned about purchase the goods and go through the sales okay so how they find out the profit this one is the not net profit only we have to consider that is direct expenses and direct income what is the direct expenses direct expenses are those expenses which are directly related to the product or production unit that is direct expenses right now we are discussing about only trading house then we go for that is manufacturing ट्रेडिंग आपण जिंस किनिले जिंस बिकिले आपण प्रोडक्शन करूना योर ड्यूटी इज नॉट टू फाइंड आउट दैट कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड केते मो पय कॉस्ट पड़छ हाउ मच कॉस्ट if I will produce the that is mobile phone मो पय 20000 पड़छ दैट इज द कॉस्ट ओके हमें मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कोले बाहर करछे दैट इज वी हैव टू कंसीडर मटेरियल लेबर and other expenses we have to find out how much cost then we ready for sale that is 20000 is cost. Can we sell it at 20,000? No. So we have to add some profit. Okay. We have to add some profit. That might be 25,000 or 24,000. Okay. That depends upon the market. So,
सर किंतु
but here,
सॉरी फॉर इंटरप्शन सर एठी तो सही जो
yes, yes.
रिटर्न टा आसीला से रिटर्न टा हमें प्रॉफिट रु माइनस करना दी ना सर आ गुटे कथा आपण जो अमाउंट
Profit.
अमाउंट लिखिचंदी ऊपर सेडा कोन केमती हमें एग्जाम में अमाउंट लिखिबो ना तार पर्टिकुलर किछि ना दे के अमाउंट लिखिबो जेमती
ना 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 एटा हला फॉर्मेट एहा ही फॉर्मेट आपण किछि ना देई परिबेनी ओके फॉर्मेट इज सेम मु अमाउंट जगह रुपीस टा लिखिनी सॉरी खाली अमाउंट लिखि देछि ओके यू हैव टू राइट डाउन रुपीस सिंबल ओके हां बट दिस इज द फॉर्मेट
ओके
हमें डेविएट करि परिबा ना यस यस गुड क्वेश्चन हां एटा होची as usual format मु जेहेतु आपन को वर्तमान बुझौची हाउ टू पास द क्लोजिंग एंट्रीज ऑल आर नॉट कॉमन स्टूडेंट्स ओके तो सेथिले कि मु ए फॉर्मेट को देखैची ए फॉर्मेट होची आपन को मु आगु देखैथिली को जाउनी
सर मुझे
That
तथा
to-
भी क्लियर नहीं मतलब रिटर्न हमर जो आसीला लेस रिटर्न आउटवर्ड माने कर 1000 टंका रा के गोटे प्रोडक्ट फेरे देला एटा तो हमर
ता कॉस्ट इज 1000
लक्ष्य
तो मु
10,000
नेट परचेज
जो
केते
अछि
कली वर्ष को भीतर 59000
ओके
सिमिलरली मु सेल्स करतिली 90,000 और लोगोटे फेरे दिला तो 89,000
ओके ओके
सर सबବେଳେ
जणा जणा पचार प्लीज हां
सेल्स रे सबुबळे इनवर्ट्स हबो
नहीं नहीं सेमिति जमा घोषिबेनी आगे ये घोषा पाठ नुह मैडम प्लीज हैला कांसेप्ट बुझन बहुत सहज किछि कष्ट नुहे मुंडे जमा पुरेबेनी बहुत बढ़िया मार्क आसीबो एथरे एरा गोटे बढ़िया मार्क फेचिंग सब्जेक्ट ओके सो don't worry about that okay mark part is separate examination part is separate first we have to know the concept sales ru सबले return inward
सर मु गोटे सिंपल कथा कहबी कि एटा होची हमर सिंपल पूरा जणे जे बिजनेस करूची जो माने ट्रेडिंग करूचंती तांकर ऊपर डिटेल्स रहउची जे किसी को कैटेगरी रे केते किनिले केते बिकिले तांकर डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस केते इनडायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस केते सब
एटा इनडायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस धराउनी ओनली डायरेक्ट
जी तो फास्ट गोला हमर ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट
ए जो
परचेज आउट
आइटम
सेल्स
गुडा
रहला
ए आइटम गुडा कोठु आसीची गोटे मिनिट चिन्मय बाबू ए जो आइटम गुडा कोठु आसीची एउडा आसीची ट्रायल बैलेंस
आज्ञा
ओके सब आइटम गुडा को सेल्स रिटर्न इनवर्ड कैरेज इनवर्ड वेजेस पावर एटा कोठु आसीची ट्रायल बैलेंस बिकॉज़ फ्रॉम ट्रायल बैलेंस यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट ओके मैडम कोन पचारथिले
सेल रे सबुबळे इनवर्ट्स
सबुबळे रिटर्न इनवर्ड हां 1 मिनिट सुनतु रिटर्न इनवर्ड माने कोन दैट इज सेल्स रिटर्न ओके सेल्स रिटर्न एठी गोटे अछि कैरेज इनवर्ड डोंट कंफ्यूज कैरेज इनवर्ड इज नॉट इक्वल टू रिटर्न इनवर्ड ओके बुझिले कि रिटर्न आउटवर्ड कैरेज आउटवर्ड इज नॉट इक्वल टू रिटर्न इनवर्ड आउटवर्ड रिटर्न इनवर्ड यूज्ड हमें सेल्स रिटर्न अगेंस्ट रिटर्न इनवर्ड यूज करछे सेमति परचेज रिटर्न अगेंस्ट रिटर्न आउटवर्ड यूज करछे बट व्हाई वी go for deduct return inward from sales because our objective is to find out net sales made during the year. Similarly, we have to deduct return outward from purchase to know about that net purchase made during the year. Okay, जदि item नथिबो return inward किछ नथिबो आ return inward less करबे कोठ बुझिले कि जदि अछि then you have to deduct. Okay.
सर लेफ्ट हैंड साइड और राइट हैंड साइड इक्वल हवर अछि
ना इक्वल हबार अछि जे आपण हां इक्वल तो निश्चित हबो आपण प्रथम एक रफली देखिबे व्हिच साइड इज हायर ओके तो एटा कोन ए जो ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट देखचंदी आपण इफ यू गो थ्रू द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड दैट इज एक्सपेंसेस इज देयर व्हेन यू गो थ्रू द राइट हैंड साइड दैट इज सेल्स दैट इज इनकम इज देयर व्हिच टाइप ऑफ इनकम दैट इज डायरेक्ट इनकम सेल्स डायरेक्ट इनकम परचेज डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस वेजेस डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस पावर डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस okay lighting that is direct expenses office rent factory rent both are different office rent that is indirect expenses office electricity that is indirect expenses okay bank interest आपण receive करूचंदी that is indirect that is not direct but sales is direct income okay bank आपण bank account खोलचंदी काहे खोलचंदी बिजनेस करूचंदी बोली खोलचंदी that is business account तो बैंक आपन को इंटरेस्ट देछि जेहेतु आपन को बैंक पासबुक रे पैसा अछि तो किछि आपन इंटरेस्ट पाइछन दैट इज बैंक इंटरेस्ट रिसीव्ड और इंटरेस्ट रिसीव्ड ओके
सर इट मींस डेबिट लेफ्ट हैंड साइड और राइट हैंड साइड क्रेडिट
यस account funda is account what do you mean by account suppose 2 mark question what do you mean by account is just English alphabetical language T shape there are two side left hand side right hand side मु टिके टिके एठी छाडी देछि सॉरी फॉर दैट मोर एठी लेफ्ट कॉर्नर एपट लिखिया था डीआर सेपटे सीआर लिखिया कथा ओके सो दैट इज डेबिट साइड क्रेडिट साइड लेफ्ट हैंड साइड इज डेबिट साइड so trading account we have to consider all nominal account items what is that nominal account debit nominal account relates to expenses losses income and gains
expenses
here particularly for trading account we have to consider direct expenses and direct income then when you find out gross profit or trade profit then we have to transfer it to profit and loss account then we have to prepare profit and loss account by considering all indirect expenses all indirect income se item guda kouthu asibo seta bi sei trial balance ru asibo and when you prepare balance sheet कोठु आनिबा सेही ट्रायल बैलेंस रु ही आनिबा ओके Trial balance, from trial balance, we have to prepare trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. And our objective is not to find out trade profit. Our objective is to find out net profit. Okay, next question.
Sir, a trading account a financial statement, na?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
ଆମର ଦି ପ୍ରକାର ଆମେ
सर फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट माने मार्च 30 सॉरी एप्रिल 1 ରୁ ମାର୍ଚ୍ଚ 31
ଏକ୍ଜାକ୍ଟଲି ବର୍ଷକ
sir.
ଭିତରେ ଆପଣ ଖର୍ଚ୍ଚ କଣ କଲେ, ଆଦାୟ
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
କଣ କଲେ, ପ୍ରଫିଟ ହେଲା କି ଲସ୍ ହେଲା, ଦେନ୍ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଫାଇନାନ୍ସିଆଲ ହେଲ୍ଥ କଣ ଅଛି, ଆସେଟ୍ କେତେ ଅଛି, ଲାୟବିଲିଟି କେତେ ଅଛି, କେତେ ଆପଣ ଇନଭେଷ୍ଟ କରିଛନ୍ତି।
सर टू ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट जो डीआर साइट रे लिखा हला सेटा सर बुझी पालनी सर ठीक कहबे।
हां एग्जैक्टली हमें ए जो आइटम गुडा को नैचे मु ऊपर गोटे सब नॉर्मली देइची, ट्रायल बैलेंस देइनी, कोन लिखिली ऊपर ओपनिंग स्टॉक 20000, परचेज 60000, सेल्स 90000, वेजेस 1000, कैरेज इनवर्ड 500, वेजेस 5000, पावर 500, सेल्स 90000, रिटर्न इनवर्ड 1000, क्लोजिंग स्टॉक 21000। yes or no, एतिक आइटम लिखा हिची। so all the item that relates to trading, और जदि एटी सैलरी लिखा हितांदा कोन हितांदा, अपन नै थांदे कि नै न थांदे, काहे कि नै न थांदा हमें ना, salary is indirect expenses. Remember, don't confuse wages, salary, wages and salary and wages. Don't be confused. Wages is direct expenses, salary is indirect expenses, wages and salary is direct expenses, salary and wages is indirect expenses. So when you record all that account, then our objective is to find out which side is higher. Here credit side is higher, that is 1,10,000, but अपन जदि ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट को काटी देबे आगो लिखिबेनी तो डेबिट साइड इज 85,000, 20,000 plus 59,000 plus 500 plus 5,000 plus 500, that is 85,000. so what we have to write, that is true gross profit. काहे कि लिखुचे, because credit side of trading account is more than debit side of trading account. मु trading account कहूची कैटेगोरिकली, एइथले कि कहूची आमे ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट बाहर करछे। सपोज ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट, सपोज क्रेडिट साइड इज लेस देन डेबिट साइड, बट डेबिट साइड इज मोर देन क्रेडिट साइड, सेम थिंग। डेबिट साइड अधिक हला माने कोन, एक्सपेंसेस अधिक है, इनकम कम अछि, सेल्स कम अछि, तो कोन हबो ना, बाय ग्रॉस लॉस, and we have to transfer to profit and loss account, whether that is gross loss or gross profit. so profit and loss ro debit side ku jibo to gross loss, then we have to consider all indirect income and indirect expenses. We have to find out net profit or net loss incurred at the end of the period.
सर आमको एठी जदि माने समस्त बुझिबा पय सुविधा कोटा हेतांदा, जेहेतु एठी समस्त कॉमर्स बैकग्राउंड रो नाहंती, तो ए जो एंट्री जो हेची आपण एटा हमें जदि 1 to 1 एंट्री हमें करि थांदे, जेमिति टू ओपनिंग स्टॉक हमें लिखि थांदे, तो हमको सुविधा हेतांदा, बुझिबा पय सुविधा हेतांदा। सेतिर कोन प्रॉफिट ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट अमाउंट मेंशन न थांदा, तो हमें बाहर करथांदे ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट केमिति बाहरला, तो सेटा तमको बुझिबा पय सुविधा हेतांदा।
ब्लैक बोर्ड यूज करथिले हेतांदा
सर गोटे क्वेश्चन,
ब्लैक बोर्ड भी थिला, ब्लैक बोर्ड कहले भी नेक्स्ट क्लास रे यूज कर दबा, किछ असुविधा नै।
सर गोटे क्वेश्चन
सर से करियो सर, नेक्स्ट क्लास रे हमें ब्लैक बोर्ड यूज करिया।
सर एडी जो हमें सैलरी टा कहले सर ऐड होबनी, सैलरी टा सर जो एक्सपेंसेस रो जाउची, किंतु हमें
that
एडी
is
प्रॉफिट
indirect
सर
expenses, that is indirect expenses.
सर
देन सर ये जो
इनडायरेक्ट
प्रॉफिट टा तो
अकाउंट
रियल
रे
होबनी,
मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट,
once again,
इनडायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस जति माने फॉर ऑफिस यूज या रेंट।
सुनंतु फैक्ट्री रेंट, फैक्ट्री कोन होची, प्रोडक्शन होची ना।
हां प्रोडक्शन,
ऑफिस काहे कि खोला हिच, हमें से प्रोडक्ट प्रोड्यूस करूचे, खाली प्रोड्यूस करी हमें रखी दउने, हमें ताको सेल करचे, हां नै। तो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करले, तापरे ट्रेडिंग की करले, तो ट्रेडिंग रो हमें प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस करले, प्रॉफिट होची कि नै देखुचे, नेट प्रॉफिट हैला। तो एठी बाहर करले कोन, फर्स्ट स्टेज रे हमकु केते कॉस्ट पडिला, देन वी ऐड प्रॉफिट, हमें ताको ट्रेडिंग हाउस को देले, बा आमे निजे सेल कले हैला आमे निजे सेल कले बा गोटे ट्रेडिंग कंसर्न को देले बा माने सेल कर एति की प्रॉफिट एति की मार्जिन ओके तो से सेल कला से ता कंपनी भी हिसाब करछि नेट प्रॉफिट मैन्युफैक्चरर करछि ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट करछि तो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग जेतले तार हिसाब करूछि से कोन तयारी करछि मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट तयारी करछि देन ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट देन प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट बट व्हाट अबाउट ट्रेडिंग कंसर्न से ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट तयारी करछि से प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस देन बैलेंस शीट okay so this one is the only trading house that business for the traders okay for the traders so how to find out gross profit first of all we have to consider all the items and we have to find out that is direct expenses or direct income or indirect expenses indirect expense from trial balance then we have to consider we have to prepare trading account profit and loss account so what is that direct expenses once again I will repeat direct expenses are those expenses which are directly related to the product or production unit clear एटी wages दिया जाउची salary दिया होची wages worker मान को दिया होची they are involved with the product salary दिया होची ऑफिस से माने काहे बसचन से माने wage bill तयारी करचन से माने कोटू आसीबो कोटी ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इलेक्ट्रिक बिल काहा को पेमेंट हबो परचेज कोड करा हबो सेल्स केमते हबो so they are concerned about that okay so that is indirect expenses salary so never we consider salary while preparing trading account not only
ମୋର
salary
ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ
all the
କଥା ଥିଲା
indirect
ଯଦି ସାର୍ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କିଛି ପିପିଟି ଅଛି ଯୋଉଟା କି ଆପଣଙ୍କର ସେଥିରେ ଡାଇରେକ୍ଟ ଏକ୍ସପେନ୍ସେସ୍ ଇନଡାଇରେକ୍ଟ ଏକ୍ସପେନ୍ସେସ୍ କୋଉଟା ଯିବ ସେଇଟା ଟିକେ ଦେଇଦେଲେ ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ସୁବିଧା ହବ ଯଦି ସେମିତି କିଛି ପିପିଟି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଅଛି ତାହେଲେ ମ୍ୟାଡମ୍ ଦେବେ ସେ ଗ୍ରୁପରେ ଟିକେ ପକେଇଦେଲେ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ବୁଝିବା ପାଇଁ ସୁବିଧା ହବ
ସେଟା ଟ୍ରାଏଲ ବାଲାନ୍ସ ରୁ ହିଁ ଆମେ କରିବା ହେଲା ସେଟା ଟ୍ରାଏଲ ବାଲାନ୍ସ ରୁ ହିଁ ଆମେ କରିବା ଏବେ ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट को होउची देन प्रॉफिट लॉस देन बैलेंस शीट देन विल गो फॉर ट्रायल बैलेंस एंड प्रिपेयर ट्रेडिंग प्रॉफिट एंड बैलेंस शीट ओके बहिरे भी आपनकर गोटे पेज नंबर मु देखिबी बहिटा मु नाही मो पाखरे बहिरे भी आपन देखिबे कोन
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମୁଁ ସାର୍ ଏ ଯୋଉ ଇଫ୍ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ ପାଇଁ କିଛି ଲେବର ନିଡ୍ ହଉଛନ୍ତି ଦେନ୍ ସାର୍ ସେମାନଙ୍କ
प्रोडक्ट ପାଇଁ लेबर होचन आपण प्रोडक्ट टा प्रोड्यूस करूचंती ना आपण
मैन्युफैक्चरिंग
हां दैट इज डायरेक्ट लेबर
देन सर सेटा वेजेस रे जो
शुणी सारंता आपण मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हाउस आपण प्रोडक्ट टा मैन्युफैक्चर करूचंती बुझिले कि तो आपनकर सेठी वेजेस दैट इज आपण कोन बाहर करबे कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड मु एटा सेल करबी कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स मैन्युफैक्चर मु एटा मैन्युफैक्चर करी मो पय केते कॉस्ट पड़ची सेटा आपण जेटा मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट तयार करबे सेठी आपण वेजेस लेखि करि परिबे बा लेबर चार्जेस लेखि करि परिबे because गोटे प्रोडक्ट आमे प्रोड्यूस करछे सेठी मटेरियल लेबर एंड एक्सपेंसेस इज रिक्वायर्ड ताको हम कहउछे ओवरहेड
देन सर
ओके
देन सर ए जो वेजेस अछि यार किछ एग्जांपल या भीतर कोडा जाउथो
माने
एट सर जो वेजेस टा अछि जो एक्सपेंस
that relates to factory related jaha item okay if your concern is manufacturing concern so factory related jaha item so we have to consider we have to find out cost of goods manufactured and cost of goods sold
ଜଣେ ସାଙ୍ଗ ପଚାରୁଥିଲେ ସାର୍
it means goods loading and unloading because trading
yes yes हां कोन पचारथिले धामनगर कोन लेखालानी कोंतु
वेजेस जगह सैलरी दिया तो क्रेडिट साइड को चली आस्तांदा
ना सैलरी टा होची इनडायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस ऑफिस रे सेटा होची ऑफिस सैलरी दे जाउची ऑफिस लोकन को से माने दे आर नॉट डेली लेबरर ओके तो वेजेस दे आर इन्वॉल्वड विथ द प्रोडक्ट ए माने बड़ बाबू ऑफिस रे बसिले ऑर्डर रखिले सेल कर देले बुझिले कि सेटा इनडायरेक्ट
क्वेश्चन रे
एक्सपेंसेस
एमती भी आसीबो कि या भीतर एमती सैलरी भी ऐड कर दे दो कि
ना पुणी आपण एई सब यार सब कथा भाबिले भारी असुविधा एटा गोटे अकाउंटिंग टा गोटे एमती जिंस आपन चारिटा टर्म कहली वन इज वेजेस सेकंड वन इज सैलरी वेजेस एंड सैलरी एंड वेजेस हमको कहा को हमें प्राइम फेस इंपोर्टेंट दउचे वेजेस एंड सैलरी टा नॉर्मल की कहउचे सैलरी एंड वेजेस तो कहा को इंपोर्टेंट सैलरी तो हमको बाछे पड़ो कोटा डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस व्हिच वन इज इनडायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस वेजेस इज डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस सैलरी खाली जदि देछि दैट इज इनडायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस जदि वेजेस एंड सैलरी लिखिछि रुपीस 10,000 आमे ताकू कंसीडर करबा कोठी ना डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस जदि सैलरी एंड वेजेस देइछि तो वी हैव टू कंसीडर व्हाइल प्रिपेयरिंग प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट
ओके जणे सांग पचारथुले प्रथमरे
हां कोंतु कोंतु
सर क्लोजिंग स्टॉक जोड़ा सेटा जदि केबे क्वेश्चन देई नथिबो सेटा बाहर करबा
क्वेश्चन सुनंतु क्वेश्चन देई नथिबो दैट इज सेपरेट इशू ओके ता माने तार परचेज जति कांची सेल्स हे जाई सेति हम धरिबा हला बेले बेले भी देई नथाय गुड पॉइंट
आज्ञा गोटे
तो
क्वेश्चन
हां
देखिथिले
गोटे मिनिट हां वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन ओके ता माने प्रैक्टिकल करूचन प्रॉब्लम सो मन रखंतु आमे कोन कहिले क्लोजिंग स्टॉक इज प्योरली एन एडजस्टमेंट एंट्री always that is shown outside the trial balance in additional information. And how to value the closing stock is valued at cost or market value whichever is less. एठी किंतु closing stock silent अछि खाली देछि closing stock is 21000 so we have to consider suppose question said closing stock 20000 at cost 30000 market value तो हमें कोटा को नबा
20,000
20,000 because question clearly mention कराइछि closing stock at cost 20,000 closing stock market value 30,000 whichever is lower that is principle सेटा मु कहबिनी कि आपण कहबिनी that is principle accounting concept accounting principle says closing stock is valued at cost or market value whichever is lower clear एठी closing stock question is silent only closing stock लिखछि तो we have to consider 21,000
थैंक यू
okay okay write down one question
सर कुंदो
opening stock 2 lakh opening stock 2 lakh cash purchase 1,20,000 credit purchase 1,50,000 cash sales 2,10,000 credit sales 2,90,000 wages 5,000 closing stock at cost 45,000 market value 35,000 find out gross profit or gross loss
Sir, again, sir.
closing stock at cost 45,000 market value 35,000 find out gross profit or gross loss
सर सेकंड
the
पॉइंट
answer?
ये कहबे मिति छि
सर टिके
कोटा
फास्ट
मिस ହେଲା
रिपीट कर
ମୁଁ ଏଟା ମନକୁ ଡାକୁଛି ଓପନିଂ ଷ୍ଟକ୍ କେତେ ଡାକିଛି
2 lakh
2 लाख
very good cash purchase
1,20,000
okay credit purchase
1,50,000
very good then next item
cash sales
cash sales 1 lakh
2,10,000
very good cash sales 2,10,000 then
credit sales
credit sales
2,90,000
90,000
2,90,000 wages
5,000
5,000
carriage inward ଡାକିଛି କି
no
हाँ
closing
सर क्लोजिंग स्टॉक
Okay.
एट कॉस्ट 45,000
very good madam closing stock at cost 45,000 and market value closing stock market value 35,000
And
Find out
gross profit and
gross profit or gross loss.
yes.
ସାର୍ କ୍ୟାଶ ପରଚେଜ ରେ କଣ ଡିଆର ରେ ବସିବ?
ଆପଣ ହଁ yes to cash purchase to purchase heading ଲେଖିଦେବେ ତା ତଳେ cash purchase ମିଶେଇ ଦେବେ cash purchase add credit purchase. To opening stock, to purchase, under that write down cash purchase and credit purchase in inner column, make total write down in outer column. So dita column amount ଦେଇଛି, one is inside inner, then other one is outer column. Outer column ରେ total amount ଟା ଲେଖାଯିବ. Inner ରେ କିଛି ଏଠି ଦିଟା ମିଶେଇବାର ଅଛି, purchase, cash purchase and credit purchase. So we have to make it in inner, then in total we have to write down in outer column in debit side. Similarly, buy cash sales, buy sales, under that cash sales, add credit sales, make total. Then closing stock, we know whichever is lower. I think market value is lower, 35,000. Buy closing stock 35,000.
सर ये सब ऑफलाइन क्लास रे बेटर बुझे
करिबा प्रोब्लेम ऑफलाइन क्लास हेला बेले हमें करिबा प्रोब्लेम
नहीं सार जदि एबे टिके ब्लैक बोर्ड यूज करथांदे ताल टिके बुझे पे सुविधा हितांदा ओंटे साटे नेक्स्ट क्लास रो
ସେଇ
टिके
କଥା
ब्लैक बोर्ड
କହୁଛି
यूज
ସେଇ
करबे
କଥା ସେଇ ଅଫଲାଇନ କଥା ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ କହିଲି
ऑफलाइन हबो क्लास
ଏଇଟା ସବୁ ବ୍ଲାକ୍ ବୋର୍ଡ କାମ ସାର୍
प्रोब्लेम माने ब्लैक बोर्ड
सर टिके मार्केट वैल्यू टा को साइड रे
मार्केट सुनतो मार्केट वैल्यू टा क्लोज साइड रे जीवनी बाय प्रिंसिपल क्लोजिंग स्टॉक इज वैल्यूड एट कॉस्ट और मार्केट वैल्यू व्हिचएवर इज लोअर
सर 70,000 सर लाभ हो सर आज्ञा
बढ़िया बढ़िया दुकान बंद कला बेलू 70,000 लाभ हलानी सुनतो क्लोजिंग स्टॉक एट कॉस्ट और मार्केट वैल्यू बुझिले कि तो व्हिचएवर इज लोअर
सर
एठी
सर
एठी एठी गोटे मिनिट सर एठी हमरो मार्केट वैल्यू टा लो अछि 35,000 तो हमें 35,000 टा को नबा बाय क्लोजिंग स्टॉक 35,000 बढ़िया
सर
70,000 वोट
सर डिफरेंस बिटवीन कैश सेल्स और क्रेडिट सेल्स
कैश सेल्स माने आपण कैश बिकिले कैश इमीडिएट पाइले सेठी आपण पार्टी की मन रखिबे कि काहा को बिकिले
ना सर
किंतु बाकी रे जाहा को बिकिले ताको मने रखिले संग संग गोटे खाता लिखि रखिले
ओके सर
उमेश नायक बाबू को मु देइची 20,000 टंगर बिकिजी शांतनु बाबू को 10,000 बिकिजी मन रखिबे ना नहीं
तो सेटा कोन
ओके सर
आउटस्टैंडिंग रहइबो ना कोन
ना ना आउटस्टैंडिंग नहीं आउटस्टैंडिंग इज डिफरेंट हैला सेटा हैला पार्टी इज डेटर हैला नगे ना देखा हेबे आपण क्लास टाइम रे 20,000 मागिबे ना छाड़ देबे
अच्छा सर
कोंदु
60,000 सर
60 कोन सार कर 70,000 कोठी गड़बड़ हैला
Gross
सर
profit
ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट
60,000.
70,000 सर
70,000 ओके ओके आपण जे जा आपण कांसेप्ट बुझंतु जे जा अमाउंट लिखिचंदी से अनुसार बाहर बट कांसेप्ट इज सेम के भूल जदी लक्ष्य 10 जगह लक्ष्य लिखिची दैट इज डिफरेंट मैटर मु मनरु डाकिची दीज आर द जस्ट मनरु मु डाकिची ओके प्रैक्टिकली दैट इज डिफरेंट बट जेहेतु मनरु डाकिची जदी के 5-10,000 एकड़ से लिखिचंदी बट कांसेप्ट इज सेम ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट बाहरची 70 और 60,000 व्हाटएवर मे बी क्लियर
मार्केट वैल्यू टा कोन पड़े बसियो मार्केट
ना
वैल्यू
सर से मार्केट वैल्यू टा टिके रहि गला
मार्केट वैल्यू आउ थरे कहूची मन रखंतु एटा इंपोर्टेंट जिंस एटा 1 मार्क 2 मार्क क्वेश्चन भी पड़ी पारे बा आपण प्रॉब्लम कला बेली पड़ी पारे क्वेश्चन देइथिबो क्लोजिंग स्टॉक इज वैल्यूड एट कॉस्ट और मार्केट वैल्यू व्हिचएवर इज लेस तो एटी क्वेश्चन क्लियरली देखुची क्लोजिंग स्टॉक एट कॉस्ट is 45,000 closing stock market value that is 35,000
ओके ओके
so
हां सर
we
ठीक
have
है
to
ठीक है
consider
70 सर
that is 70,000 हला बढ़िया हला
हां
ढोलकिया भाई
से
हमर
मु
जिति
30
गले
पेज से
80
सेटा कर
82,000 आपण मात्र 70,000 लाभ करछन
ମୁଁ ସେଟା 35 ଲଗେଇଥିଲି।
ଓକେ ଠିକ ସେଥିରେ କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ ଅବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ ଫୁଲଫିଲ ହେଲା କନସେପ୍ଟଟା ବୁଝିଲେ दैट इज इंपोर्टेंट ओके एनी क्वेश्चन
थैंक यू सर।
सुजाता मैडम
ସାର୍ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କଥା କହିବାର ଅଛି।
हाँ मते जेते कहबे भलो ना कोंतु
ସାର୍
आई एम हैप्पीएस्ट पर्सन
ସିରିୟସଲି ସାର୍ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପେସେନ୍ସ କୁ ମାନିବାକୁ ପଡିବ। ମୁଁ ଯୋଉ ଫ୍ଲୋ ରେ ପଚାରିଥିଲି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଫାଷ୍ଟ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆପଣ ଯେମିତି ଆନ୍ସର ଦେଇଥିଲେ ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଯାଏଁ ବି ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଏକ୍ସଲେଣ୍ଟ ସାର୍। ଆପଣ ରାତି 9ଟାରେ ଶୀତ ଦିନେ ବସି 9:30 ହେଲାଣି ଆନ୍ସର ଦେବା
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କଥା।
ସାର୍।
କିଛି ନାହିଁ
ସେଥିପାଇଁ ସାର୍ ସାର୍ ଆମେ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ।
ନାଇଁ ନା
ସାର୍
ବିଜୟ ସାର୍ କଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି କୁହନ୍ତୁ
ଯେତେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ପଚାରିଲେ ଆପଣ ରିପ୍ଲାଏ ଦଉଛନ୍ତି ସେଇଟା ହଉଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପେସେନ୍ସ ସାର୍।
ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ ରିପ୍ଲାଏ ଆପଣ ଯେତେବେଳେ ପଚାରି ପାରିବେ କ୍ଲାସ ସରିଗଲେ ବି ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ମତେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ପଚାରିବେ ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଆନ୍ସର ଦେବି ଡୋଣ୍ଟ वरी ଅପ୍ ଟୁ
Thank you,
ଏକ୍ସାମ
sir.
ଏକ୍ସାମ ଡେ ରେ ବି ମୁଁ ରାତିରେ ଦେବି କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ କୋଉଠି ଡାଉଟ ହଉଛି ଆପଣ ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ କଷ୍ଟ ପଡିବନି ହେଲା ଡୋଣ୍ଟ वरी अबाउट द
During
क्वेश्चन
exam.
ହଁ ड्यूरिंग एग्जाम सॉरी इनसाइड एग्जाम କିଛି କରିହବନି ହେଲା ଆପଣ ପୂର୍ବରୁ ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ବୁଝେଇଦେବି ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ क्वेश्चन डोंट वरी क्वेश्चन ବଢିଆ ସହଜ क्वेश्चन ସବୁ ପଡିବ ଯିଏ ବି ଏକ୍ସାମ କରୁ ହେଲା ୟୁ ଅଲ୍ ଆର୍ ଫ୍ରମ ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଚାକିରି କରିଛନ୍ତି ବୁଝିଲେ କି ଆପଣ କଣ୍ଟିନ୍ୟୁଅସ ବସିକି ପଢୁନାହାନ୍ତି 10ଟା କ୍ଲାସରେ ଯଦି ଆକାଉଣ୍ଟିଂ ସରିଯିବ ତାହେଲେ ମୁଁ 10-20ଟା ବହି ଲେଖି ଦିଅନ୍ତି ବୁଝିଲେ କି ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ ଟୁ ଡିଫିକଲ୍ଟ ହେଲା ଆପଣ ମାନେ ସେତିକି ଖାଲି କନସେପ୍ଟଟା କୁହାଉଛି ବହୁତ ଜିନିଷ ଅଛି ଯୋଉଟା କି ନିହାତି ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ହଉଛି 60 କ୍ଲାसेस ଯେହେତୁ ଆମେ ଡିଷ୍ଟାନ୍ସ ଏଜୁକେସନ ଡୋंट वरी अबाउट द दैट प्रिपरेशन ओके ମୁଁ
तो
क्वेश्चन इंपोर्टेंट ଦେଇଦେବି ଗ୍ରୁପ ରେ
ये सब आगु को आउरी पढ़ा हो सर सेकंड सेमेस्टर थर्ड सेमेस्टर ये सब पुणी बढ़ाइबो
एग्जैक्टली स्पेशलाइजेशन ପୁଣି ଆସିବ ସ୍ପେଶିଆଲାଇଜେସନ ଆସିବ
सर
ସାର୍ ଆପଣ
ସାର୍
ଗୋଟେ
ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି
ଇମାଜିନାରୀ
ଏକ୍ଜାମ ସାର୍ ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ସେମିଷ୍ଟର ଏକ୍ଜାମ ଟା ମାନେ କୋଉ ଡେଟ୍ ମାନେ
ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣ ସେମାନେ ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ ଡିଡିସି ଇଜ ଫର ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡଲି ଡିଡିସି ଆଜି ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ମୋର 25 ଇୟର୍ସ ରେ ମୁଁ ଦେଖିନି କେବେ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟଙ୍କ ଏଗେନଷ୍ଟ ଯିବାର ହେଲା ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ଥିଙ୍ଗ ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଥିଙ୍ଗ ହେଲା ଯେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଏକ୍ସାମ ଡ୍ୟୁଟି ଏକ୍ସାମ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ବହୁତ ଆଗରୁ ଦେବେ କେବେ ପରୀକ୍ଷା ହବ ନୋଟିସ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଅନଲାଇନ ଚାଲିଲା ଅନଲାଇନ କେବଳ ଆମକୁ କରୋନା ହିଁ ଶିଖେଇଛି ଅଦରୱାଇଜ ଆମେ ତ ମୁଁ ଦେଖିଛି ଲାଷ୍ଟ 20 ଇୟର୍ସ ସବୁ ଅଫଲାଇନ କ୍ଲାସ ହୁଏ ତ ଆମର କିଛିଟା କ୍ଲାସ ହବ ସାର୍ ଡିସାଇଡ କରିବେ ତ ସେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡ ଟୁ ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡ ମିଶିବା ଫ୍ରଣ୍ଟ ଟୁ ଫ୍ରଣ୍ଟ ହେଲା ଫେସ୍ ଟୁ ଫେସ୍ ସେଇଠି ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ଟ କରିବା ଭଲ ଲାଗିବ ବିକଜ ଦିସ୍ ପେପର ଇଜ ପ୍ୟୁରଲି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ପେପର ଆପଣ ଫାଇନାନ୍ସିଆଲ ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି ଓବି ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି ମାର୍କେଟିଂ ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ ଓବି दैट इज थियोरेटिकल पेपर 20 क्वेश्चन प्रिपेयर हेले 5टा बाजिबो ओके डोंट वरी थैंक यू ऑल एनी क्वेश्चन लास्ट
ओके सर थैंक यू
नहीं ठीक है सर
थैंक यू
ओके
सर
सर गुड नाइट सर
थैंक यू
थैंक यू सर
थैंक यू
थैंक यू
गुड नाइट सर।
थैंक यू सर गुड नाइट
थैंक यू गुड नाइट सर थैंक यू सर
हाँ
गुड
गुड
नाइट सर
नाइट
थैंक यू
गुड नाइट सर
So